Hello, dear students. We are reading chapter 5 Contemporary South Asia. And in our previous class, we have completed a small portion of this chapter. And in today's class, we will study the military and democracy in Pakistan. So, let's start our class and discuss the topic. Dear students, after Pakistan being created in 1947, General Ayub Khan took over the administrative control of Pakistan and became all in all for making any decision. Soon he got elected, and in this way, he tried to make his rule legitimate and he tried to justify his rule. But there was quite dissatisfaction among the people of Pakistan, and they started agitation, protests against the ruling system of General Ayub Khan. And this gave another chance for another military rule, and General Ayub Khan was forced to step down by another general, General Yahya Khan. And in this way, there was second time military rule in Pakistan. First time it was by General Ayub Khan, and second time it was by General Yahya Khan. So, in the very beginning of Pakistan, Pakistan was governed by military rules, military laws. And during General Yahya Khan, there was Bangladesh crisis in 1971. East Pakistan broke away to emerge as an independent country called Bangladesh. Dear students, at that time when Pakistan was created, Pakistan was provided two areas. One just adjacent to the Punjab, which is called Pakistan nowadays, and second one was East Pakistan, that is present time Bangladesh. So before 1971, Bangladesh was eastern part of Pakistan and it was called East Pakistan. So in 1971, Bangladesh was created as it was separated from Pakistan with the help of India. So when Bangladesh was separated from Pakistan, so it was a crisis in Pakistan, and people of Pakistan also felt dissatisfied with the rule of General Yahya Khan. And in this way, an elected government under the leadership of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto came to power in Pakistan from 1971 to 1977. So when it was time of 1971, after the creation of Bangladesh, Pakistan government was once again changed, and this time there was an elected government under the leadership of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. So for 6 years, from 1971 to 1977, Pakistan was governed by elected government under the leadership of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. The Bhutto government was removed by General Zia-ul Haq in 1977. General Zia faced a pro-democracy movement in 1982 onwards, and an elected democratic government was established once again in 1988 under the leadership of Benazir Bhutto. Dear students, in 1977, the government of Pakistan was again changed, and this time General Ziaul Haq, General Ziaul Haq stepped in and became the leader and framed its government, and it governed till 1988. And in 1988 again, second time democratic government was established, and it was again established by Benazir Bhutto. Clear? So Benazir Bhutto is the daughter of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. So in this period that followed, Pakistani politics centered around the competition between her party and Pakistan People's Party and the Muslim League. So during that time, there was close contest for the power between the parties like Pakistani People's Party, the Muslim League, and the party of Benazir Bhutto. This phase of elective democracy lasted till 1999, when army stepped in again. General Parvez Musharraf removed Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, and the government, which was established in 1988, remained till 1999, and in 1999 again military rule was applied in Pakistan, and this time it was by General Parvez Musharraf. General Parvez Musharraf forced the then Prime Minister Mr. Nawaz Sharif to step down, and he himself took the control of the country. In 2001, General Musharraf got himself elected as the president. Pakistan continued to be ruled by the army, though the army rulers have held some elections to give their rule a democratic image. Since 2008, democratically elected leaders have been ruling Pakistan. And then General Parvez Musharraf started his rule. That was again army rule. And during army rule, the army generals time to time held some elections, and they tried to make their rule legitimate, and they tried to give the democratic image to their rule. And in this way, General Parvez Musharraf also won the election and declared himself as the president of Pakistan. But in 2008, it was again changed, and since 2008, Pakistan is governed by the elected government. Several factors have contributed to Pakistan's failure in building a stable democracy. There are several factors which contributed for the failure of democratic government in Pakistan, and they helped army rule in Pakistan. We will have a glance over those points. The social dominance of the military clergy and land-owning aristocracy has led to the frequent overthrow of elected governments and the establishment of military government. dominance of military, clergy, rich people, aristocrats people in Pakistan, all these dominances favored military rule in Pakistan, and that's why on several times military took control of Pakistan in its hands. Pakistan's conflict with India has made the pro-military group more powerful. These groups have often said that political parties and democracy in Pakistan are flawed, that Pakistan's security would be harmed by selfish minded parties and chaotic democracy, and that the army's stay in power is therefore justified. And Pakistan's rivalry with India is one of the factors which helped military rule in Pakistan. As the democratic governments in Pakistan were considered that they will not defend India, they will not be able to defend India, and that's why people justified army rule in Pakistan. So it was one of the reason which contributed army rule in Pakistan. While democracy has not been fully successful in Pakistan, there has been a strong pro-democracy sentiment in the country. Pakistan had a courageous and relatively free press and a strong rights movement. Though there was not a stable democratic government in Pakistan, but there is free media, strong desire for democracy, and strong human rights movement in Pakistan. So it is possible to establish a democracy in a democratic government in Pakistan. The lack of genuine international support for democratic rule in Pakistan has further encouraged the military to continue the dominance. The United States and other countries have encouraged the military authoritarian rule in the past for their own reasons. And one of the factors is that Pakistan could not get enough support from the Western countries for establishing democracy in the country. And Western countries also encouraged military rule in Pakistan for getting some benefits, for fulfilling some goals. That's why Western countries also supported military rule in Pakistan. Given their fear of the threat of what they call global Islamic terrorism, as there was fear in the mind of Western countries, that was the fear of global Islamic terrorism. That's why those countries also supported military rule in Pakistan. So, dear students, today we studied the military and democracy in Pakistan. Here are some timelines of South Asia since 1947. You have to read these timelines properly, and if you have any doubts regarding this class or these timelines, you can ask me anytime. Thank you for watching this video.